I think that might be my best.
All right, here we go. So for those of you who are not used to us on Thursdays, Damian Woody has always made his picks on Thursday by smashing helmets. He will smash the helmet of the team he thinks is going to lose. D Wood with us on Mondays now, so he's going to pick the Monday night game. We have the Jets, God help us, at the 49ers. San Francisco, a 3.5-point home favorite. I want to bring in some good luck. Get in here, Pineapple
That
Jack.
number's been coming down.
Yeah, it has been moving down.
You got the helmet and goggles on?
He's in full Aaron Rodgers mode here, so he's going to smash the losing team. And I'm nervous. Go ahead.
Don't be a snowflake.
You think the Jets are going to win? Talk to me. Why? How did the Jets win this game?
And listen, a lot of Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson. Defense. I'm not putting everything on Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to ease Aaron Rodgers back. We haven't seen Aaron Rodgers playing in quite some time. You got weapons. Lean on them. Let Aaron Rodgers ease this game. Go out there and get a big road victory.
Yeah, I have to say this. The only thing that concerns me is the last three openers we saw. Obviously, Aaron get hurt last year. But the two previous openers, even in MVP seasons, he played really poorly. Getting trounced by Minnesota and also getting trounced by
someone else.
By somebody else.
The point
New
is,
Orleans.
That's the only thing that concerns you.
That's the only thing that concerns me.
I have so many other things that concern me.
No, that's the only thing that concerns me because this is a complete football team. And so I want to make sure that Aaron Rodgers is midseason Aaron Rodgers and not opening day Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I think the Jets are going to be a really good football team this year. I have a tremendous amount of respect for how great San Francisco is.
You see how he's setting that up?
I also thought the Browns would beat the Cowboys.
I did too. Boy, are we dumb.
We'll see season opening games. Of those 17, which one has the best week 1 record?
Well, first off, we only won 6 of them, I think. But anyway.
You're correct in that.
All right.
You were 6-2.
This one, I was sitting back, man. So the guy's got to be coaching for a long time. So that's going to narrow the list down here. The thing is, it's not too sneaky. They're trying. This is not my answer, by the way. They're trying to get me to say Mike Tomlin.
They are.
Smarter than that, dude. Smarter than that.
Got it.
Andy Reid.
Andy Reid is right.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right. We may not have Hembo, but what have you got? Go ahead. Give me camera.
I don't know what I got. Is there something?
Yeah, right here.
Is it like, boom! I own somebody else, dude! I own you! It's Timbo. Of course I own him. I mean, come on, dude. Darius? I own you, my friend.
By the way, that picture of Andy Reid looks really old.
That was 15 years ago.
He looks like that. Okay. Let's go through Sunday. Rex just made a statement. Let's go through Sunday statements. Dan, who else made a Sunday statement?
Well, the cat that Cleveland shipped out of.
Run the football, stand for something. And by the way, they can play defense. Why? Who knew? They actually have a guy named Jesse Minter back there. I coached under his dad. He was kicking butt. They threw out a guy that's Division III coach. Now they can play defense.
D Wood, who was your Sunday statement?
Yeah, this team that we don't really talk about that much here on Get Up. The Dallas Cowboys. How about that? All the contract talk, all this, all that. They go out there on the road against this Cleveland Browns team and just totally dismantles this team. Offense, defense, special teams, complete game.
So listen, I got to give credit where it's due. I have been as critical of them for the way they've handled things. And to me, to wait until the day of the season to get this deal done with Dak, completely hamstrung your entire offseason. But that's then and this is now. I thought Mike McCarthy had as good a day yesterday as anybody. You talked about the plan Cleveland didn't have. Yeah. Dallas had an offensive plan for dealing with Myles Garrett. Their defense looked different under Mike Zimmer, but good. Special teams dominating, makes the big play. Mike McCarthy had a big day yesterday.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy's a really good coach. I think the offensive plan and really the starting point of respect. Myles Garrett is an unbelievable player. We're going to have multiple chances to play action, have double teams with 2 offensive linemen or multiple bodies, tight end wise. They're going to move the quarterback away from Myles Garrett. So, yeah, a very impressive performance by Mike McCarthy and that Dallas football team.
Yeah, his entire staff. I mean, John Fossil, the special team coach, I think he's the best in the league. He did a tremendous job. And then Mike Zimmer. All right, here's a guy.
How different is that defense going to be this year? Mike Zimmer and Dan Quinn, very different.
Yeah, I think so. And they're going to play to his style. And he's just not going to leave 8 little guys out there and get the ball run down his throat. So I think it's going to be better. And, we'll see. He's had a history of being having good defenses. So I think the move looks good right now. It could have been better, but it looks good.
Yeah, meaning they should have hired you. I understand.
True,
but that was a defense that relied on speed and creating turnovers. Right. This is going to be a defense we expect to be a lot more physical, and yesterday they certainly were.
He did a great job of the focus should be how do we get Micah Parsons to only get one guy to block him. And they doubled him a few times. But he had a lot of one-on-ones, and that's what you got to do and arguably one of the greatest talented players we've ever seen.
So here we are. Dallas goes in, gets a really big win on the road. The Eagles go down to Brazil, get a really big win way on the road. So that NFC East has started in fascinating fashion. Meanwhile, there is one game left, and we have a fun way to pick it. Let's also said, but I have to believe that's a game he really wants to play against Sean Payton and everything, with everything that happened there and the way they handled his contract and all of that. So if Russell Wilson, the doctors say to you, he's good, he looks good enough, he's moving around in practice, who starts this Sunday?
Yeah, but there's no way in hell. I'm going with Justin Fields.
Stay with Fields.
I'm staying with Fields, but I'm going to say this. Russell, he's got a calf.
Right.
Greenie, no way he's ready to play. And what we were watching in the pregame warm-up, he's not ready to play. He's not close to playing, in my opinion. So I'm not going to put out damaged goods. As bad as he wants to play, I'm not going to put out damaged goods. It's not fair to Russell Wilson.
Right.
Let him be 100%. That's why I think it was brilliant. Picking up Justin Fields, now he's in there. If he keeps going, he'll never see the field. Russell will never see the field, and that's a great thing for Pittsburgh.
Yep.
But if he does struggle, there's some times when he struggles. Russell is 100%. Now you got a Hall of Fame quarterback stepping in.
I deep down don't believe this team can contend in the division with Russell Wilson. I just don't. I think they can with Justin. 200 yards of offense. I think Atlanta's defense is pretty darn good. Valued the football, made some big plays when they mattered. The only thing I need to see from this offense, if Justin's going to be the guy, is where do the easy completions and efficient completions come from? I don't think Justin can.
Cleveland and Cincinnati all have in common. They all lost week one. The Steelers have sole possession of first place in the AFC North through 1 week. They go to Denver next week. Now, speaking of that game, I want to play a game of bad game or bagged sign. And let's start there. And I'm going to want to live in this for a minute, Stick, if we can. Kirk Cousins. Was that a bad game? And execute the handoff and all that stuff. So he's just got to stand there and fling it.